Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we from group KMD1 will presenting our group assignment on the topics of mathematics finance. Alright, so for our presentation, it will consist of 5 parts, which is started with interest and present value, next future value, then annuity, and lastly amortization. So this is our group members photo, which is consists of me, Muhammad HAIQAL bin TAJUDEN, and Muhammad FAIZZUWAN bin MUSTAFA, and then Aqilah binti AZHAR, and NURAINI binti AZRI.
Okay, first we will look at interest question. But first, what is interest in business mathematics? It is when you earn interest on both the money you have saved and the interest you earn. If you can see here, there is formula for compound interest. You can look beside question box. If we look here, S equal P, which is principal time in bracket 1 plus R to the power of n. R is interest rate per year divided by number of compound per year, and n is number of compound per year times number of years. Okay, next we will see the question. Farhan invested 5,000 in a financial institution that give a compound rate of 5% per year. Find the compound amount and the compound interest after 3 years. Okay, so this question asks two things, which are compound amount and compound interest after 3 years. Okay, let's solve the compound amount first. So what we need to do is we need to identify what is P, R, and N. Okay, so if we see here, 5,000 is P, and we don't have to find N since it's given 3. We only need to find R. R is 5% divided by 100% equals to 0.05. Okay, and then if we follow the formula, 5,000 times in bracket 1 plus 0.05 to the power of 3, we'll get the answer is 5,788 ringgit 30 cents. Okay, next we will find compound interest. It's just simple. We just minus the compound amount, which is 5,788 ringgit 30 cents, minus with 5,000, and we get the answer is 788 ringgit 30 cents. So that is answer for compound interest. So I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, hi, I am Aqilah and I will present to you about present value and future value. Let's start on present value first. Present value is defined by the principal P that must be invested at the periodic rate of R for n interest periods to earn the compound amount. The formula we use for present value is P is equal to S in the brackets 1 plus R to the power of negative n's. R here represent interest rate per year divided by number of compounded per year, and N here represent number of compounded per year times number of years. Now let's look at the questions together. How much money must be invested at a rate of 5% compounded quarterly if Zainab wants to receive RM 5,000 after 10 years? So the solution for this question, we need to find P. Let's see what we can replace into the formula. So we are given S is equal to RM 5,000, and we get uppercase I, which are 0.05, and we get lowercase I, which represent 4, and lastly we get T represent 10 years. So to find R, we just divided uppercase I with a lowercase I, which are 0.05 divided by 4, and then we get 0.0125, and we just need 4 times by 10 years, and we get 40. Now just replace into the formula. So P is equal to 5,000 times in the brackets 1 plus 0.0125 close the bracket to the power of negative 40. For the final answer, we can just press your calculator and we get P is equal to 3042.07. So the money Zainab must invest to get RM 5,000 for the next 10 years is RM 3,042.07 cents. The definition for compounded amount and future value is same as present value, but here we focus on determining the future value, which represent S. The formula for future value is quite similar to the present value but not identical, because here we focus on finding the value of S. So the formula is given S is equal to P times in the bracket 1 plus r to the power of n. And for r and n represent the same thing, which are r represent interest rate per year divided by number of compounded per year, and n also represent the number compounded per year times by number of years. So let's solve the question together. A long-term investment of Rm 250,000 has been made by Saim. The interest rate is 12% per year and interest is compounded quarterly. If all interest is reinvested at the same rate of interest, what will the value of investment be after 8 years? So, for this question, we need to find S. Let's do it together. First, we need to identify the information we are given. So, we are given P is equal to 250,000 and uppercase I is equal to interest rate per year, which are 0.12, and lowercase I represent number of compounded per year, which are 4, and then lastly we get 8 is represent the number of year. So now we can find R and N by using that information. So R, just press your calculator, 0.12 divided by 4 and we get 0.03. For N, just times 4 with 8 and then we get 32. Now just replace into the formula given. So S is equal to 250,000 times in the bracket 1 plus 0.03 close the bracket to the power of 32, and we get S is equal to 643,770.96. So the amount that Saim will get for his investment is Rm 643,770.69. And that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
My name is Muhammad FAIZZUWAN bin MUSTAFA, matrix number 1213518. For the topic of ordinary annuity, I will explain two subtopics by looking at the present value of an ordinary annuity and the future value of an ordinary annuity. Firstly, I will discuss the present value of an ordinary annuity. Present value of an ordinary annuity means the present value A of an ordinary annuity of capital R per payment period for n periods at the interest rate of R per period. Here, I have stated the formula in the slide to find the present value, which is capital R times with 1 minus 1 plus R to the power of negative n over R. The R there equals to capital I over I, and the n equals to I times T. After that, we can see sample question and try to solve them. The question is, find the amount of present value of an annuity of 500 ringgit for 10 years 6 months. If money is worth 7% per year, compound semi-annually. Before that, I will tell each item in the question, which capital R stands for 500 ringgit of annuity. The capital I is 0.07 because the interest rate is 7%. The lowercase I is 2, which is compound semi-annually. And the lowercase t is 10.5 because of the 10 years 6 months. After being identified, we can insert all the items into the formula and we'll get the answer, which is the answer is 7,384 ringgit 99 cents. Secondly, future value of an ordinary annuity is the future value S of an ordinary annuity of capital R per payment period for n periods at the interest rate R per period. To find the future value, we can use the formula, which is capital R times with 1 plus R to the power of n minus 1 over R. The same formula is used as in present value to find the value of R and N. Next, let's look at the question. Ahmad plans to deposit 50 ringgit in a saving account at the end of each quarter for the next 6 years. Interest is earned at the rate of 8% per year, compound quarterly. What should his account balance be 6 years from now? Therefore, by looking at the question, capital R stands for 50 ringgit of the deposit in the saving account. The capital I is 0.08 because the interest rate is 8%. The lowercase I is 4, which is compound quarterly. And the lowercase t is 6 because of the 6 years. So, how we get the answer? Which is, after inserting all the items in the formula given, and the future value is RM1,521.09.
Alright, so for this part, I will explain to you about amortization. What is amortization? Amortization is a gradual reduction of the debt through the repayments agreed by the lender. Only considers the principal and does not include interest. Okay, for this part, I will divide the question into three conditions. Started with how to find the monthly payment. Okay, now let's look at the question first. Iwan amortizes a loan of RM50,000 by obtaining a 5-year mortgage at the rate of 9% compounded monthly. So the first condition is how to find the monthly payment. Okay, from the formula, we can find it by A times with R over 1 minus 1 plus R to the power of negative n. Before that, we need to found R, which is divided capital I, which is nominal rate, to the I, which is compounded frequency. And to found N, we need to times I, which is compound frequency, into 2t, which is times or terms in years. So from the question also we can extract the information such as the principal, which is A, equal to 50,000, and the nominal rate equal to 0.09, and the compound frequency, which is I, equal to monthly, which is 12 months, and then the T, which is times or term in years, equal to 5 years. Alright, so we can get R equal to 0.0075, and N we can get 60. So we substitute it into the formula. We can write it as 50,000 times with 0.0075 over 1 minus 1 plus 0.0075 to the power of negative 60. And the answer we get is the monthly payment needed to repay the loan is RM 311.38. Alright, so we still in the same question, but in the second condition, which is how to find the total interest charge. Alright, so to find the total interest charge, the formula is by N times with R minus A. To find N, we can times I, which is compound frequency, to T, which is times or terms in years. So we get N equal to 60. So just substitute it into the formula. So we can write it as 60 times with 311.38 minus 50,000. Alright, the 311.38 is we get from the previous condition, which is A. So we brought it to this part, and we can times with N, and the answer we get is the total interest charge RM 3,682.80 cents.
Okay, I will continue with the question C. The principal remaining after 4 years. We can use the formula as shown in the slide, which is R times with 1 minus in the bracket 1 plus R to the power of negative n plus k minus 1 divided by R. If we look, A, I, and T still the same amount, and then we just need to find R and N. To find R is 0.09 divided by 12 since it's compound frequently, and we'll get 0.0075. And then to find N, 12 just time with 5 and we'll get the answer is 60. So we already got all of the item and just put on the formula and we'll get the answer is 3,560 ringgit 60 cents. So we have come to the end of this presentation, and thank you for watching the video, and I hope Doctor will understand on what we presented to you. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.